Welcome to episode 7 of the Gingerspyce Tiefling Druid, where I am level 7, and we're going to take a look at where things are. Got lots of new gear to share with you, although the necklace is the same, Charisma and Constitution, and the circlet is the same, Spell Focus, Mastery, and Persuasion. Got some new goggles, now I have Wisdom 5 and True Seeing on there, slotted with the Master's Gift. The armor is the same, we'll be changing that over next level. Braces the Wind are the same. And the False Life Fire Absorption Ring's the same. Got some new boots that has Sheltering and Dexterity 5. Has Feather Falling in it, that's redundant. I don't need that anymore, but I do use this set of boots to switch over, over to Voodoo when I'm working through Heroic Lives on other tunes, for example. And so I'm just going to leave the Feather Falling in there. There's nothing important for me to put there in its place, so even though it's redundant, we'll just leave it. The gloves are new. Healing Amplification 17, Wizardry 88, Diamond of Intelligence plus 2. The diamond was just for something to put in there. Intelligence adds to my spellcraft skill, which, adds to my spell power. Healing Amplification, very important in Reaper mode. Very important and easily overlooked. Ice Lore and Glaciation on the ring. Empty slot, nothing really that I want to put in there. Dodge 4, Strength 4 on the belt, that's the same, and the Cloak of Flames is the same. The trinket is new. Resistance plus 4, Spell Save plus 4. And it's the same shield. And the same scimitar as last episode. I do have a lot of other stuff that I picked up at level 7. Scrolls of Teleport are really nice. Let's go ahead and get the, make sure you put the mask on. It'll give a more accurate idea of what I'm running around with in terms of chance to use from Use Magic Device. 75%, that's pretty good at level 7. That's first level, those become available. Wand of Resist Energy, level 7th. These aren't available from vendors, but you can find them randomly or on the auction house. I like to have these just in case, somebody needs a resist, you can pop that on them. You don't have to cast the spell from your spell book and waste your spell points, and you don't have to take up a slot in your spell book with memorizing it. You just carry a wand, and at level 11 you can carry the 11th level Wands of Resist Energy. I think I already mentioned Scrolls of Restoration. That was level 5, but now I have Scrolls of Raised Dead, 75% chance to use. Very important. You get those right away. Also have some Scrolls of Mass Cure Light Wounds. Sometimes I like to throw those on the fly. A nice time to hit people with something like that. Everybody stopped at a chest or, in the middle of melee or something like that. It doesn't do a lot, but it's just another form of maintenance healing. Also have the Twisted Talisman. This comes out of Last Stand in Red Fens. It's a pretty common drop. This has 3 charges of what's called Blood Sacrifice, and you get 50 spell points out of each charge. You take 25 points of damage. However, that damage is scaled in Reaper mode, so it's actually very dangerous to use this in Higher Skulls, and I've actually killed myself a couple of times using this in Higher Skull content, which is why I have affectionately dubbed this the Suicide Necklace. So be really careful in Reaper mode when you use this. When you do Higher Skulls, that can do hundreds of damage to you. And it's pretty embarrassing when you kill yourself with the Twisted Talisman. Let me tell you, I know. Don't let it happen to you. Wands of Stone Skin. You can get these available from, these are available in the 12. There is a shop in the 12 called In the Runes. And, this is a nice layer of defense. It gives you damage reduction 10/adamantine. So I put it right there in my buff bar. It even cast it on friends, and just helps people stay alive. It's limited charge. It only absorbs 70 damage, but it's just a wand available from the vendor. So give it to me, and I can always just cast it again, reapply it. Scrolls of Spell Resistance. This gives, I think, 25, 20. No, maybe it's only 19. Let's take a look. How much spell resistance does this give? Oops. I think it might be 19. Of course I fail twice in a row. 75% chance. And I struggled to get one off for the video. Spell resistance 21. That is a meaningful amount of spell resistance for, you know, for heroics. So, hell yeah, you can get those scrolls from the, vendor in House J. So pick some up if you can UMD them. And later on at level 13, I'll be using Scrolls of Mass spell resistance, so I can hit my entire party with that at once. And that gives, I think, 25 spell resistance. So that's really good for heroics. And just, again, another layer of defense, which is so important in Reaper mode to have multiple layers of defense. And then finally, I picked up Wands of Cure Critical Wounds. The only vendor that you can get these from are the guild vendors, so these are bound to account since they're from the guild vendor. I would prefer unbound ones, but those are just rare drops that you just happen to find sometimes. So, but I do want the best ones that I can, so I go with the Wands of Cure Critical. I do have unbound scrolls of Cure Critical though. And I keep a couple of the Cure Serious on hand just in case I run out. Or, somebody else runs out and I can pass them to them. Alright, what else? That's what the numbers look like. Spells. So, I got level 4 spells and I went right for Ice Storm and Freedom of Movement. I gotta load up my Summon Monster 4 up there. Do the Razor Cat. Freedom of Movement is a very, very important buff, and it is a very underappreciated buff. This not only prevents you from slipping and sliding in things like Grease and Sleet Storm, but also will prevent you from getting held, for example. Don't wait until you get held to think that now I should cast Freedom of Movement on myself. It's so important that if you have the ability to cast this, this is something you want to hit yourself with right at the start of a dungeon. And I also like to use this in conjunction with Sleet Storm. This is a very underappreciated crowd control spell. A very effective crowd control spell. Even works in High Skull legendaries. It can slow mobs down and blind them. And it's very irritating because it makes people slip slide all around. But guess what? You got Freedom of Movement on your spell list. And Druids are the only class in the game to have both Freedom of Movement and Sleet Storm on their spell list. So just give your party members freedom and learn to love Sleet Storm. It is really awesome. And it is part of my own personal hurricane that I call it when I start laying down all of the AoEs and dragging mobs into that. Right now, that is just now starting to come together. So, that's going to be, right now, just Ice Storm, Sleet Storm, and then I'm going to throw my little weeds in there too and Tangle, right? And so that's what my own little personal hurricane consists of right now. But later on, it'll include other elements like Storm of Vengeance and Earthquake. And when you throw all that down and you got a big group of mobs in there, all they can do is like slide and fall and be blinded and move super slow, and it's just awesome. I love it. Okay, since I did pick up Cure Moderate Wounds and Sleet Storm, Cure Moderate Wounds is now my emergency heal. Remember, you want to do your healing, your maintenance healing from Wands and Scrolls, save spell points, but it's nice to have a bigger emergency heal that casts faster. So Cure Moderate Wounds is that for me right now. So I did drop Spider Skin, which most importantly gives me some natural armor. So I can get natural armor from Bark Skin. I prefer Spider Skin just because I think Bark Skin's ugly, It makes you look like a tree. And I don't want to look like a tree. Right? So but Spider Skin also gives you some, I think, bonuses to save versus poison. Not a big deal, but it is better than Bark Skin. Okay, I think I also picked up an extra first level spell, and so I have Merfolk's Blessing. Just to help me swim a little bit faster. Nothing else too exciting at first level. Nothing to mention on the feat side or the skill side. Enhancements. The only thing I picked up since the last episode is the Strength of Solstice. That's plus one of the DCs of my evocation and transmutation spells. The Point of Wisdom, not so important right now because I am at an odd number. And I do get a point from the Reaper tree, so when I step in a Reaper dungeon, that puts me up to 36. And you don't get another benefit, until you're at another even number. So, 36, then 38, and then 40, and so on. Being at an odd number isn't really helpful. So like I said, when I step into a Reaper dungeon, I'm at 36. If I picked up that one more, that means I'd be at 37. That's no help. But eventually, I will want to pick up that other point of wisdom for sure. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else? I don't think so. Let's do some quests. Stepping in.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I was on the boat.
You're fine. Just stepping in now.
Gosh, I wish I had my Reaper wings right now, but I'm so broke.
Nimvind's fishing for plaid donations so he can buy his Reaper wings. Clearly. Something cool. Excuse me. Something cool that I learned is that your wings don't carry over to next life. You lose them, right? But when you buy your Reaper wings, you actually get a little potion bottle. And you have to drink that in order to get that feat that you can toggle on and off, right? Well, if you don't drink that potion, then you can carry that potion over to your next life and just use it next life. So, and I did that because I was playing a bard last life, had a high haggle, and was actually able to buy the Reaper wings for way, way less. I mean, normally they're 2 million plat. I was able to buy them for 1 million plat. So I actually bought both the red and the purple, for basically half price and just carried them over to this life. Awesome.
Couple remnants.
Yeah, Titus Ovid,
Hey,
you can buy more than
Basher.
one.
How's your Chinese
I bought
food?
2. And welcome to the stream. Hey, Leg, welcome. Hope you're all doing well.
There if anybody wants.
This
Right outside the door to the left.
Tuesday afternoon, early evening, or evening now. Changes. We had a patch today, patch 2. Changes to Too Hot to Handle. Looking forward to trying that again. It doesn't sound like they toned it down as much as I thought they were going to, so I'm a little worried. But we're going to give it another try tonight. Probably won't be live streaming it, but I'm looking forward to it. We'll see. Looking forward to seeing if it's more reasonable. They said it's still tough. Pad Thai. You tried it with a pug on Argo. How'd it go?
Don't forget to talk to the drow.
Just did.
Yeah, I did a pug this morning, and I felt like I got a pretty good idea of how some of the guys who completed our server are strategizing it, but I don't think it's a open and closed strategy. I think that they could be malleable, you know what I mean? Edible. Not edible, but editable.
famine.
Thank you.
Shoot, I should have left that for you, Mama. I'm sorry. Just kind of reflexively grabbed it. But you know what we can do? And we might as well do it now, is we can Illyria you up. Here, I'll give you mine, because you're going to need it.
Are you fine, Mama, or do you need my Illyria after this?
This should last me a while.
So I still got the beard. I kept it for the wedding. I said I might shave it off for
Thank
the
you.
wedding. I did trim it because it was getting pretty rough down below. And this is my first beard. And I also trimmed the top of the sideburns too. So I'm going to keep it for a while. Having fun with it. So might as well. If it starts getting irritating, then it's going to have to go. Oh, yeah. I thought that, I saw my niece. My niece just got married, and when I saw her for the rehearsal and dinner on Thursday, that was the first time she was going to see me ever with a beard. And if her reaction was poor to it, then I probably would have shaved it off for the wedding. But she didn't have any bad reaction to it, so I decided to go ahead and keep it. Warhawks, you know that disabling those boxes you can only do once, right? And those puzzles have to be done 3 times, so that's just like a kind of a one-time freebie out of 3. So that you want to do that on your last attempt, and the 3rd round of puzzling.
Just
So used to Twizzles being a crossbow user.
I know.
Lost soul in the little
This is
storm
rough.
there. Floating chest.
Rubble.
That was just a wand of circle against evil, which I found, so I thought I'd throw it on my hotbar. Why the hell not? Use it up. It's helpful. Oh yeah, they hurt
Watch
bad.
out for the Archeron.
Yeah, it's the Archeron that hurts.
Save that lasso for mamas. Oh, I wish I had platinum for my Reaper wings.
Hey Dallas, welcome. Are you Dallas from my YouTube channel?
The build's doing pretty good, Leg.
Wow. Welcome. One of my...
It's not at full power yet, but, you know, if you take a peek at the XP panel, you'll see who's the top dog.
One of my earliest YouTube subscribers. Like one of my very, very first.
It's unlocked, you can open it whenever you want.
I forgot I had Ice Storm. I haven't played this tune in a freaking week. Might as well grab this and use it to buff folks. I'm gonna buff you guys then rest. I used the legendary pendant of the Azure Sea for the first time on my secondary Druid Azalea, and I had been curious to see what the bonuses were from it, because it says, you know, while you're in elemental form, you get bonuses to cold spell power and cold caster level and cold crit chance. And it's like 1 caster level, 10 spell power, and 2% crit chance. And I'm like, that should be like for the heroic version. That's pretty lame for the legendary version, I think. And damn, dude, you know, I suggested, you know, when they were previewing that in the players' console, you know, they had the legendary pendant, they had the pendant of the Azure Sky and the Azure Sea, and I said just combine them. There's no reason for them to be a different item, you know, because they only work when you're in fire or water elemental form, and out of convenience for druids, it would have been nice if that was just one item, you know. So you don't have to sit there and swap it. It's kind of silly. But you know, they didn't go for it. But in any event, I'm not very impressed with the bonuses that you get from that item. But it is part of a set, so, and that set is actually pretty cool. A set that I'd love to work into my gear set, but I just don't know. what I have to do now is get to back to level cap and see how my DCs are in Sharn. You know, really, I just care, are my earthquakes hitting? If they are, then I probably won't make any changes. If my earthquakes are struggling,
Back here.
then it's going to be time to do something about it.
Wow.
Ready for me to take him out?
Yeah. Now we want to go down to the west. How many Reaper points do you girls have on those tunes?
I just got my 5th.
4 and 5. Doing our 5s. Base normal level.
The younglings. Pretty impressive, huh?
Holy crap, that
See
that
how
damage
crazy?
on that demon soul is pretty impressive. Here and I was just boasting about doing our 5s. That was crazy. So, like I always say, sometimes you get a bad champ and they'll smoke you, and that's just part of Reaper mode.
Oh.
I'm ready for raise, Nimvind, if you can get me. Got it.
Me too.
Wow, he's
Whoops.
dynamite.
Yeah, look how much damage she's doing to me.
He absorbs electric. He absorbs poison. He has true seeing.
Oh.
He does poison on hit. On hit over time poison. He's vulnerable to good. He deals extra damage. That is a badass champ
next?
right there.
I can only kite for so long.
I got it. I'm next. I mean, I'm ready.
Come out.
Thank you.
Fuck, he caught up to me.
You're doing great, Nimvind.
I'm charming as much
Get
as
Twizzies
I
up.
can.
He's hot on me right now.
I got the Flameborn charms.
He's so hot right now. I do range DPS.
He's about to
and
die.
heal.
He's dead. Holy crap.
Nice recovery, Nimvind.
Great job, Nimvind.
Oh, thanks.
Thank
Hey,
you.
I already said while you were kiting, I already said nice work, and I have video evidence.
But do you have evidence of my heart?
Oh, damn. Okay, now we want to go back down to the east, and let's get healed up. After we do these guys, we can stay down here and use our Illyries.
back up a little bit.
Alright, we can use Illyri's.
Oh no. I was trying to open the cage. I guess this is safe.
Oh, I used my twisted talisman and that was brutal. It was only one hit. I don't think I'll use the other two.
Alright, that's my girl.
It's called the suicide necklace, huh?
Yep.
Does anyone need my Larry?
Nah.
Alright, I'm good. Hey Ginger, can I show you every single one of my gear and you can tell me if it's relevant or not?
Yes, you're gonna need to schedule an appointment with my assistant. His name is Syax. The Stormreach team has spilled a sea of blood today. There remains one warrior!
with the cruelty and strength. I give you the king of killers.
I'll hold him. Do the sidekick first, but I'm gonna need heals.
Ginger spilled a sea of blood today as he takes a beating.
Thank you for the heals. Get Oot any way you can.
No one has D-Door, do they?
No, but I've got a boarding pass. You have teleport scrolls. You've got run like hell. I'm gonna try to draw the fire and then get out.
I'm so disorganized this life that I don't even have my teleport scrolls on hotbar.
I'm gonna switch a spell for Fedor actually. Moment interview.
Get the hell out of Dodge real quick. That's another nice thing about that boarding pass, and for Lobies, you can get out of a quest right now. That's okay, son. You can do it on the boat. Stepping in.
Wow, Dad. Isn't life grand?
Evening Star or Korthos. My choices are Evening Star or Korthos. If those are my choices, I'm gonna go with Korthos.
You know, this girl I'm talking to right now, we spent one night just quoting Breakfast Club back and forth to each other. It was really sweet.
Nice. I'm gonna go with Korthos because it's on the water, but then again, Evening Star's got some real nice rivers and waterfalls too, so wow, that's a tough one. I mean, you know, it's the King's Forest, but that's, you know, that's Evening Star that has the nice rivers and waterfalls, so you know, yeah, I'm gonna say, actually I'm gonna say Evening Star. If my choices are Korthos or Evening Star, I'm gonna say Evening Star. I think the Lonesome Tankard has a nice place in that back corner for a good-sized dance floor. We'll get a band in there, liven it up a bit. Could be a hopping place in the evenings.
I think I would make a really interesting half-elf bard, though, if I myself
Petrifying Runestone
was in the D&D
for
setting.
the win. Yeah, that was that thing right there.
Mimic.
Inferno.
Laser prepped.
I am really looking forward to the next update, which should be expanding upon Sharn. Oh, we lost our trapper. Crapper. That sucks.
Oh, and we got the force trap too.
I give you a big boy jump.
Thank you.
Oh, you're still in that part?
Yeah. I want to hit any save boost you got. I'll give you a rallying cry. Reaper save boost if you got it, and you just do your best there. I got your stone. That trap's tough.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I'm back.
No, come back.
Can you toss me a heal? We're gonna have to do this legit without a picker.
Oh, at the wedding they had hors d'oeuvres
The trap bugs?
of fresh veggies and like clearly a house-made hummus, which was just it was so good because it was a little bit
Mm,
chunkier than like what I make, but it was they put like I don't know if there was like chives in it and it was garlicky and it was oh it was
mm.
dreamy.
I have several different veggies. Sugar snaps.
Now I'm getting hungry.
I don't have any hummus.
And welcome to those just tuning in. Doing some level 8 Reaper stuffs on this Tuesday evening. Had a super busy weekend, starting Thursday with the wedding rehearsal and a bunch of other stuff, so things are calmed down now. The wedding's in the past.
I'll
Hadn't
wait
live
till you're all
streamed
by
since
the beholder.
Saturday. And even then it was like Saturday, if you weren't there on Saturday, I live streamed the teaching rate and I had just found out like right before that live stream that we had to leave for the wedding earlier than I thought. So like as soon as I got done with that teaching rate live stream, I had to like get dressed and go to the wedding.
That went smoother than I thought it would have went, to be honest.
It's just our 4. But
I
yeah.
don't have Reaper wings on, so I'm kind of scared.
Oh, I can see that. Petrifying runestone. Yeah. You can too for the low, low cost of just a few essences and some yellow Sybaris dragon shard fragment thingy dingies. They're easy to use. And if you act now, it's so easy, even a half-orc could use it.
I hate those things. If you could be radioactive Ray Ramon, what year would you be him as?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Probably during the time frame in which the ghost of Jerry Seinfeld's career is in its heyday.
Oh, so the 90s.
No, Jerry Seinfeld's career was very much alive in the 90s.
Then yeah, wouldn't that mean that's its heyday?
No, the ghost of his career was in his heyday.
Oh, so 2005, huh?
Is that really?
I've never heard of Jerry Seinfeld during 2005.
When did Seinfeld go till? I gotta look.
I think it was the end of the 90s, wasn't it? That it kind of just stopped.
Yeah, 99. It looks like.
I knew
Or
it.
98. Yeah, these things hurt. They will one-shot you. Especially when they're champions.
The light bear's gonna fuck us up too.
I got spell absorption on. Oh shit, that's
It
not
doesn't seem to
helping.
matter to it.
Petrifying runestone? No, he saved!
You saved. Saved twice on
Remnant.
mine.
You want me to handle the top?
Sure. I'll get Rylan
Can you
up
jump
and
to?
Shrine.
Alright.
Where's Rylan? Where's your stone?
I have her stone.
Oh, just bring it back to the shrine. Yeah, that hummus at the hors d'oeuvres before the dinner at the wedding. Like I just wanted like to have a big bowl of that
I
with
got
fresh
some nice
veggies all
things.
around and then screw the
Sugar's
dinner.
not peas.
Like
They're
I
so
would have been
good raw.
perfectly happy with that.
Oh, I'm getting hungry. Yeah, they are good.
Yeah. Now I know how Ina felt when I talked about food in front of her.
I had to get something to eat.
Huh! I found a stuck spot.
Uh-oh.
Nimvind.
Is that where the arcane oozes are?
No, it's where the blow thing is.
Blow.
Yeah, you know where the blow trap on the shaft?
Ah.
Uh-oh.
I know what he's talking about.
I didn't time it right.
I'm
I'm gonna jump down and help you.
I'm jumping down too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Where's the wooden dagger? Oh, I got the wooden dagger.
Might want to put on your spell absorption.
That won't happen.
I haven't got one on this tomb. I have it.
Oh, then we need to
Oh, is it taking? Uh-oh.
make sure we do Dreaming Dark.
Oh, we don't have a trapper, but I'm getting my collectible, damn it.
Another one on my UMD. I'm rolling a lot of low B. 6. Oh, that time was a success.